This mutation is called Doomsday Report and it is played on the Vermillion Problem. We have 3 mutators active, Propagators, Going Nuclear, and Orbital Strike. So let us have a look at the masteries. This is a non-arcade game, which is kind of rare, and nowadays a lot of people doing solos and whatnot. But what we have is 23 points into Devour Healing, 7 into the Devour buff time, 30 points into the Primal Worm cooldown mastery, and then a 26 0 split into the Gene Mutation mastery there. I'm actually not sure why the other 4 points have not been allocated. They might have just missed that, unintentional, but Nova has gone for the full points to airstrike cost reduction, 30 points into the primary ability improvement mastery for Nova, and then we have an even split into Nova energy regeneration and unit HP regeneration mastery. So Dehaka is just playing Ring Around the Rosie right now, trying to deal with the Adepts here, getting poked a little bit by some of those Adepts, and just stalling for a little bit of time. I'm not really sure he's going down. That guy is totally 100% going down. But yeah, let's see what comes up over here now. Dehaka is ready to go again. So yeah, Propagators, in case you are curious, if you've never played it on this map, Propagators will be able to move through the lava without taking any damage. So the lava surges will not stop Propagators. In fact, it does not stop any mutator spawned units from making their way towards your base. So killbots and the infested from the other mutator that spawns infested from the buildings, which I cannot remember off the top of my head right now what it is called. Outbreak, that's what it's called. Those things will not stop. The lava will not stop those things from spawning and moving towards your base. They can actually path over the lava without any issues. The Hockey here just doing okay, slowly farming, slowly nibbling on some more of these units here. And the first Propagator should be spawning sometime soon, so we will see where this thing comes up. And there we go. Propagator has spawned, and now it is up to the players to try and deal with this. And these players, as you know, they do create some very interesting strategies. Dehaka also dying somehow over there. I was not paying attention, but these players, Ace and Pakwaza, also known as Swoop, they do come up with some interesting strategies, and I have suggested one more strategy for them to try during a more difficult Propagator mutation, but they did submit 2 runs for this one. Both I actually did want to cast, but this one was recommended by them. They said this was a little bit better. So Dehaka just deep tunneled over, just dealing with the first Propagator, and you might be wondering, why is this game any different? Like, why is this thing, what makes this game very, very special? And you will see just a little bit once they get the rest of their armies out. And now Nova has spawned as well, and taken out that first wave of harass for the crystals. So now all that's left is to pick up this one crystal over here. Now, Going Nuclear is one of those mutators that is kind of annoying because it does seem to, at least target a little bit near to your units. I think it's not entirely true, but it's just the area of effects are just so large that it's very likely that you will get hit. I will tell you this though, the orbital strikes do target your army units. It does target any units that you have over here on the fields outside the safety zones, so it does, you have to pay attention to your army as you're navigating through, and additionally also you have Propagator spawning, which makes life very, very difficult. Now, the one good thing about this map is that it is all clearable, so if you are able to rush through the mission really quickly, you will be able to clear all the enemy structures on this map, and if you clear all the enemy structures, it'll stop Propagators from spawning, because Propagators only spawn from enemy structures on the map. So that is one thing that does make it a little bit easier, especially because this mission is a little bit long. Usually players are able to push into enemy bases and clear. Just be careful, like beware of what the Propagator spawn timings are. The timings are available on Starcraft2Co-op's mutator page for the Propagators. Because what can happen is that, especially towards near to the end when you have almost all cleared the map and you have very small handful of structures, if you don't have a large enough army, a Propagator will probably spawn from the structure that you are trying to finish off, and if that happens, your army may get killed off. Usually endgame armies can just A-move the Propagators without any issues. It's something to beware if you are playing with smaller armies. Just beware of what the Propagator spawn times are so you don't get caught out, because a Propagator can quickly snowball and make you lose the game. Propagators are probably one of the biggest snowballing mutators that once you make a mistake, it's kind of it can be GG very very quickly if you do not have a commander that is able to deal splash damage effectively. So a commander like Zagara, for example, can recover because she has her access to her banelings. Nova might be able to, maybe with a well-placed airstrike, but other commanders will actually struggle in clearing out what is known in the community as a poop drain. So beware of that when you are pushing into enemy bases. So Dehaka is still chilling right now, and you can see that Dehaka is making some Ultralisks here, and you might be wondering why. Why, Mr. Ace, would you be making Ultralisks against Propagators? Ultralisks can't kill Propagators. Well, Ace has discovered an interesting way of dealing with Propagators. Unfortunately, Dehaka jumping to his death. It was a very violent attempt at trying to eat that one sentry, but unfortunately the Immortals had some other ideas, and in fact, they hold true to their name. So Nova is going to... Oh, Dehaka actually drops some more Primal Worms here. Actually, that was a really well-placed airstrike that takes out most of the Immortals here. Still one great Primal Worm. I don't think that Primal Worm is going to survive the Immortal there. Yeah, the one hero Immortal is still alive there, and he is doing really well. And this is what I was talking about when bad things happen. If you're not paying attention, Propagators can come in, and now they can make your life very, very difficult. But notice how Dehaka has actually taken advantage of the map boss tag for his pack leaders. He drops a Dakran and Glevig and Murvar, they can attack Propagators, and the Propagators will not attack them. They have the map boss tag on them, and that makes them invulnerable to Propagators. It also gives them a lot of benefits against a lot of other Mutators. If you're playing something like Afraid of the Dark, they generate their own vision. There are a lot of like extra things. It just makes them so like it just makes Dehaka even better than what he normally, even more overpowered than people think he is. Now do beware, the map boss tag is only to Nova. It does not apply to her locusts or her creepers. So if she spawns the creepers, the Propagators can still attack the Propagators can still attack the spawns that she creates. It's only Murvar that has a map boss tag. So do not unintentionally make a poop drain with Murvar, so be very careful of how you utilize her. But yeah, so that is actually really good. So now we have a Propagator making its way towards Nova, but Nova is already ready. And what do we have here? We have some Tyrannosaurs being made here. Again, this is a very interesting strategy. What is the plan over here? So Nova does pick off this one Propagator, again using a snipe. Again, so far, only one Propagator spawning at a time. And now Nova's going to drop a nuke here. This is going to be a really well-placed nuke and very nice utilization as well of the Sabotage Drone, trying to get maximize the vision, using an airstrike and using the nukes as well. Doing really well here. So that is all really good. Or at least no airstrike, but tactical airlift getting Nova into position right now. And Nova will be able to take this thing out as well, using a few shotguns. Haka very casually just walking past this Propagator, wanting to jump in. He's going to have a very nice Devour over there, and that Devour is going to be... Actually, did not weaken nearly as much as I thought it would have, but... Yeah, okay. So, that is good. So, what is Dehaka planning over here? We have an army of Tyrannosaurs and Ultralisks, and what has Dehaka researched? He has researched his Healing Adaptation, and he has researched his Barrage of Spikes. And I want to draw attention to the Barrage of Spikes. The Barrage of Spikes upgrade allows Tyrannosaurs, it gives them a special attack, which allows them to basically unporcupine themselves and just attack units that are next to them or within melee range of them with a large number of spikes. And those spikes actually deal a good amount of damage, and they are one of Dehaka's better ways of spawn camping enemy forces, especially if you're playing on missed opportunities, a long mission where you have a lot of resources. It's a really fun way of spawn camping the attack waves. And you might be wondering, why does he have Barrage of Spikes? And other people who have been memeing on Mutations a lot will probably be aware of what the plan is for dealing with the Propagators. It's a very nice Devour over there. Dehaka does end up eating that one Warp Prism, and I think that one will actually end up flying away, but there is a Propagator over here, and as you can tell, very difficult to actually spot the Propagator when it is under the lava. It actually tends to glow as well a little bit. I wonder if the original design was that the lava surges dealt damage to Amon's forces, and there we go. So there was a tactical airlift on top of these things, these Tyrannosaurs. That did not work out too well. There is now a boop train over there. But I'm sure you saw the moment of brilliance over there. Some of you guys are watching. It's like, oh my god, that worked. Yeah, it kind of worked. It also kind of did not work. Unfortunately, the Dehaka decides to try and slap the Propagator, which is also not a wise idea. And now there's a poop train moving towards Nova's base. So, the Dehaka is not going to be demoralized by that one setback. He's going to be going again. He's making some more Ultralisks. Making some more Ultralisks over there, and yeah, those crystals. I thought those things were Propagators going to get picked up, but no, those things are crystals. That one drone might actually get clipped by the nuke. Oh, that poor drone. Oh, the betrayal. That one drone took away the crystal. That guy just stopped in the middle of the nuke. And Noah's going to be dealing with this thing in the meanwhile, while Dehaka resets his army. More Ultralisks ready. He's waiting for the Tyrannosaurs to spawn now. I do want to draw your attention also to the fact that these things are expensive units. They're so expensive to make. There's one crystal over there that needs to be picked up. Some more Propagators. Noah dealing with this Propagator as well while Dehaka prepares his army for the next sacrifice. And I think at some point, once he gets enough Tyrannosaurs, he will be able to one-shot the Propagators before they can attack. And do remember that the Propagators' attacks are not instant. They're not like a marine attack, which instantly deals damage. The Propagators have a bit of a backswing on their attack, like it tilts its head backwards before it attacks, and that small delay is what you can use to take advantage of something like this, because the Tyrannosaurus attacks, I think its delay is a little bit like shorter than that of the Propagator's attack, so you can kill the Propagator before it deals damage, and that is how you can actually do crazy things like this, which people would normally not dare to do. But we have another couple of Tyrannosaurs over here. I'm not sure if this is going to be enough. This one, Dehaka, is drawing attention to this Propagator right now. Eats the Propagator up, and that is good. So we have two Tyrannosaurs ready to try and go toe-to-toe with the Propagator. Nova is just slowly clearing away this one base, and all is good. And there's one more crystal over here, so we have two Propagators spawning. What is the plan? Is Nova going to tactical airlift this thing over? So this Greater Primal Worm is not going to do anything, but Doctrine does spawn here. He does end up killing that one Propagator off. Might as well use a Greater Primal Worm to do just a little bit more damage, and this Propagator is making its way to Nova's expansion. I do not know if Nova actually wants to. I think Nova might end up dealing with this Propagator herself. I don't think Dehaka is ready. I don't think he has faith in his army right here. So Nova is just going to end up killing this off, and you can see what I mean. It's like, once you get a large enough army, you can pretty much A-move into Propagators without any fear of losing them. And this goes for like almost all commanders. Like a commander like Stukov B3 as well can actually deal with Propagators, but the reason why Stukov is not usually recommended against Propagators is because Dehaka not paying attention, jumps right in, tries to dodge the Propagator, but ends up failing that goal. So yeah, like even Stukov B3 can deal with Propagators, but the reason why Stukov is usually not recommended when you're playing against Propagators is because there's the whole early and mid game where your army is not large enough to be able to A-move, which is when you end up like feeding the Propagators, and this one is pretty much going to start eating up Nova's expansion. Nova does tactical airlift and does actually end up saving, only loses a refinery over there, which is very, very well handled by Nova, and now there's another Propagator over here. What is Dehaka doing? Where is Dehaka's Tyrannosaurus? Okay, he has a lot of Tyrannosaurus now. He has 6 Tyrannosaurs already. Is he going to be dealing with this next Propagator by himself? Those drones are going to be walking right into a Propagator over here. And okay, that was actually very useful from Mervar, so she'll be able to take out this one. So look what's happening over here. Okay, we have a temporary small poop train, and the Dehaka's Tyrannosaurs are still not there, but very nice tactical and very nice Griffin airstrike here being utilized to deal with this Propagator. Over here, Nova is going to try and uses a tactical airlift to just dodge the orbital strikes on their army, also using it to return back, because I think the lava surges are going to be coming up. She does not really want to lose her army, because at the moment she is the only one that is holding up against these Propagators, because Dehaka has chosen to not sacrifice his Tyrannosaurs yet into the Propagator army. Dehaka is over here. He's going to be dealing with these two Propagators. I think does end up eating one of them. There are 2 more Propagators on the way, one towards Nova, one towards Dehaka. And what is Dehaka going to do? There we go. He has weakened the Propagator, and then one of these Tyrannosaurs got a kill. Oh, there we go. That Tyrannosaur got the Propagator kill. That is the hero Tyrannosaur. See, strategy, the strategy does work. Go on random queue and do this now. So Nova dealing with this, and it's another set of Are there more Tyrannosaurs on the way? Oh, there are gonna be more Tyrannosaurs on the way. Nova with Nova helping out here. Nova will be able to take this thing out. Over here, Dehaka is slowly taking care of this propagator over here. Nova has tactical airlifted, and will be dealing with this one propagator. We want to see more Tyrannosaur action. We need to see more Tyrannosaur action. Where did the Tyrannosaurs go? Okay, they're parked over here. They're waiting. They're waiting in the shadows. There are a few more Ultralisks over here as well being built. But you can see that I noticed like how the entire area, like these areas of the map have been cleared. A lot of the propagators now are spawning over here. They do spawn from enemy structures, and they will. It does get more and more difficult to start clearing as you clear off enemy Amon structures. But Nova has like a large enough army already, and already starting to level 3 attack upgrades on both her mech and her bio units, so she should be able to aim move into these propagators without any issues whatsoever. And Dehaka is over here as well. Where are the next propagators spawning? Okay, this is unfortunate. One propagator spawned from this one nexus that was not cleared out, which is kind of annoying because now Dehaka has to find a way of dealing with this. And there's a propagator hiding around among this army over there. Where is this propagator? Oh, it's going for this greater primal worm here. I think this primal worm will maybe get caught. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. Does the propagator? Yeah, the propagator gets it. Just a moment too late here. There are 2 propagators over here, and now there are a bunch of Tyrannosaurs that are waiting to join into here. There's gonna be a tactical airstrike being used here. Griffin airstrike, not a tactical airstrike. Griffin airstrike getting utilized here to deal with this attack wave. Unfortunately, the attack wave did split up a little bit, so wasn't able to clear out everything here. But there are like 8 propagators moving towards this expansion area. What is Nova going to do? Nova is going to be dealing with this. Nova should be able to aim move into this propagator side without any issues. Are the Tyrannosaurs going to make? Are the Tyrannosaurs going to make? Oh! Almost. You. In the midst of the rock slapping, you can kind of see little sparks of brilliance. Is all I can say. There is a small glint of just complete genius that is being utilized that can be seen in this replay. I know someone is gonna see this replay and they're gonna try and do it. There is a glint of genius in this strategy. It's like it almost works. It's just not enough. There are some more Tyrannosaurs over here, and some more Tyrannosaurs will be made at some point. Dehaka actually hurting a lot on the gas. I'd like to see Nova actually donating her gas to Dehaka. It's like the carnage is just too great. What are we doing? Like I even lost track of the objective. How many are they doing? Okay, they're at 18 out of 20, so they have 2 more crystals to pick up over here. So Nova will kill off those propagators over here. Actually getting one of the Ravens getting caught here, I think. Raven's moving a little bit too. I think either it was a Raven or it might have been one of their drones here. But notice the spawn now. Now you're getting 4 propagators spawning at the time, and they're spawning I think every 30 seconds, every 60 seconds. I can't remember what the final spawn is, but yeah, once you get to late game, you get a lot of propagators spawning. Usually at this point you kind of want to have this mission cleared, but lots of propagators are spawning right now. Does Dehaka want to succeed? He has Dehaka versus propagators right now has been 0-2. So, oh, does he get it? Does he get it? Does he get it? No, the Tyrannosaurs retreat, running to Nova for help. 0-3 for Dehaka on the propagator front. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Do not know what the propagator got over there, but there is a poop train moving towards that side. Do we have some more Tyrannosaurs? Yes, we do have some more Tyrannosaurs over here. I do not know if they're gonna be. They're definitely not gonna be enough. Maybe versus one propagator that might be there. But more of our spawning right now to just deal with this because I do not think they are in a very propagator dealing kind of mood. But propagators are actually feeding off of some of Morvar's Locust, but now she spawns the explosive creepers, so that should be able to deal with that front. Nova is just basically parked herself over there to deal with this. This propagator is going to catch out this. Well, actually does not catch the primal worm because re-aggroed by Nova's army. But what is going on over here? There's another spawn over here. Nova is going to be dropping a nuke. That army is going to be dead. And Amon dropping his own nuke over here. And Amon's nuke does end up whiffing. Nova's nuke does actually end up hitting some more units. Take a look at the orbital strikes as well. They are going to be a lot more intensive as the mission progresses. You get a lot more attacks from the orbital strikes from Amon. What do we have over here? There is a propagator. There are two propagators, at least two propagators on the back here. And Tyrannosaurs still not dealing with it. Okay, one crystal is being picked up right now. And one thing to note, oh, that one Tyrannosaur gets eaten by a propagator. Hero Tyrannosaur. Very unfortunate. Dehaka will actually end up taking this. Did he get killed by the propagator? Wow. Wow, the propagator caught him in the air as he was jumping at the propagator. So, one thing to note is when you go to like ultra late game on this map, there will always be a crystal that will be spawning over here. So one thing to note is that you don't actually have to try and get to the deeper crystals if you don't want to. This crystal will always spawn every single wave, every single time, every single lava surge. So that does make it a little bit easy. It does spawn obviously with an escort wave, but that escort wave is very easy to pick off, so should not be too difficult. There are two propagators coming up over here, and three more propagators from the southern side. And Nova again will just be able to able the army. Where are the Tyrannosaurs? It's 0-3 for Dehaka. I want to see at least one victory for Dehaka with his Tyrannosaurs. He is making some more Ultralisks over here. Oh, Nova's picked it up. Nova's picked it up. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Take your guesses. Success or fail. Dehaka has casted slow. Unfortunately, catches only one of those propagators out. He's luring them over. Luring them over. Up. Drops Doctrine. Propagator eats. Propagator eats. Where are the Tyrannosaurs? Oh, Noah dropped them back down. No! Oh, that is Nova's base. That is Nova's base. Okay, Glevic getting utilized over here. Oh! Oh! I think that was it. I think that was it. It worked. I think that was a success. And now he just throws his Tyrannosaurus to the army of the Immortals. Actually, surprisingly, they're kind of doing okay there. They actually won that fight against an army of this. Unfortunately, there are a lot of propagators spawning over here, and these guys have to try and deal with the propagator army. I think some of these things are going to get caught. Nova might get caught out, but the propagators over there. Yeah, Nova gets propagated over there. And now there's a huge army of propagators that's moving. Oh, this is all bad. The army, actually, this is the hero army of Tyrannosaurs. Are there going to be another instant save by the Tyrannosaurs? There's one Ultralisk over there. And he is going to go and just charge, and he's not afraid anymore. Oh, Nova's picked up these Tyrannosaurs. Oh! Oh, no. No. Almost. So, what is the final tally? It's like 1-4 versus the Propagators? I think it was 1-4 versus the Propagators as the final score. There are Propagators moving over here, and this expansion is pretty much gone right now. That one Tyrannosaur is just feeling bad. It's like, oh, I'm so dead. And that one drone has to try and make it out through and weave through the army of nukes here. Because if they don't, this game is pretty much GG. But take your guesses on the total losses. We'll have a look. Dehaka did succeed once. Look at the carnage over there. All the 20 crystals have been saved. Unfortunately for the Tyrannosaurs, not all of them have been saved. And that is GG.